Okay, hello and welcome to my second round tournament match for the 4th official Pokebeach tourney against Wildfire. Now, he's another one of the experts on Pokebeach, so this promised to be quite a good match. It mostly turned out okay, but he didn't quite play as well as he'd have liked, but that's the way it goes. You can tell, hopefully, I'm on a new mic as well because the sound quality is a bit better, so yay for that. Now, he leads with Metagross, which is perfect because I have Choice Band Swampert as my lead. So, although he's going to set up Stealth Rock without competition, it doesn't bother me because I can get a Choice Banded Earthquake in and cleanly one-hit KO. One of the few attacks on a lead which will KO Metagross. And that's fantastic because I'm 6-5 up straight away. Now, he goes to Gyarados, and Gyarados turned out to be bulky because it taunted my Vaporeon on the switch, which meant I couldn't do Wish or anything like that, so I just go for the blindingly obvious HP Electric. And that's good on his part because it means he can go to Magnezone. Now, I kind of figured from the nickname that it was solely designed to take out Sizzle, you know, the Choice Scarf HP Fire thing. So I go for Swampert, pretty much praying it doesn't have HP Grass, but it goes for Thunderbolt, so it probably doesn't have that. And he goes out to Gyarados as I Waterfall. Waterfall was my safest move. I wasn't quite predicting Gyarados enough, you know, it was still not safe enough for me to do that. But it does prove it's a bulky version, so I go straight back out to Vaporeon because it's pretty much my best switch into Gyarados other than Swampert. And he goes for Stone Edge, does a bit of damage. I could have wished up here, but I didn't want him to taunt me, so I go for Hidden Power Electric again, and he brings in Machamp. Now, I was like, oh my god, haven't seen Machamp in forever, but Dynamic Punch hacks, and I go for Protect to try and use up one of the PP of Dynamic Punch, and he makes a brilliant move there. He goes for Substitute, and I've never even seen Substitute on Machamp except for some odd lead thing. So Dynamic Punch hurts a lot. I know that's pretty blooming obvious to be honest, but it completely gets rid of my Vaporeon here. You know, I can't do anything with it, and I can't risk hitting myself in confusion, letting him set up a sub, and you know, promptly dying whilst Gyarados is still about. So I go to Gliscor. Now, I really don't know what the hell to do here, to be honest. I went for Stealth Rock because I didn't want Gyarados to come in, but then thinking back on it, if he had Ice Punch, that would have been game over. I can only thank God he doesn't have Ice Punch, really. Now, I don't hit myself and I break the sub. Dynamic Punch still doesn't do a lot, but I didn't want to roost here in case he stayed in and done Dynamic Punch again, so I go for Earthquake, and ironically I get lucky in the sense that my confusion ends, and as he brings in Gyarados, so I was like, well, yeah, that's just my luck, you know, that's just typical. I can't go to Vaporeon because it dies to Stone Edge after either a boost or just two of them in one go. So I go for Swampert, and he makes a brave move there. He goes for another Dragon Dance, and it doesn't work because my Stone Edge hits. Choice Band Stone Edge is a clean one-hit KO without Intimidate, so that's great. I'm 6-4 up, you know, I've taken out two huge threats. Game on. And Latias comes in, and I go to Umbreon, which turns out to be one of the best Latias counters I have ever seen. He goes, you know, he Carmines on the switch, and he goes for a second one, you know, he's probably just wanting to try and get properly set up, but I have payback, and I'm only at 200 attack, but I guess Stab's super effective, and what must be double power because I move second, it does a lot of damage. It's a clean 2-hit KO, and you can't recover in the face of that either, so I go for it again even though the switch is fairly obvious, and Magnezone comes in. Unfortunately, I'm running a Rest Talk version here, so I can't actually stay in and, you know, protect against it, which would have been nice for a Scarf. But he has Explosion, and I survived this. I was like, oh wow, how did I live that? But Livid I do, and it means his Latias has to come in and finish me off, which is perfect because I have Scizor in the wings, and now that his major Scizor counter is gone, it's all good. Now, he must have been predicting Pursuit here, and he ended up recovering, but I don't even run Pursuits on my Scizor. You know, I was going for U-turn, because if he switched I was still at an advantage, so U-turn kills him regardless. And I bring in my own Latias because I reckon Latias is the best general thing I have to switch in, you know, on like a double KO or something. And he goes to Flygon, so I'm thinking it has to be Choice Scarf. And he does Fire Blast on the switch. If I'd have thought about that a bit more, I might have just Draco Meteored and that would have finished it off. But oh well, I guess I wasn't thinking properly. I Roost as he switches, so that proves that he's a choice variant. And I basically don't see the use in Gliscor anymore beyond killing Machamp, because I only have Earthquake and Fire Fang for offense. So I do as much damage as I can to Machamp, which unfortunately isn't a lot, because Confusion Hacks hits me 3 times in a row here, and I end up killing myself without doing anything further to him. Complete nutter bollocks, to be honest, but that's just my luck for you, really. You know, it's not been that good luck for me in most games recently, so I've had 1 luck shot in compared to about 6 or 7 against me on average. But it doesn't overly matter. The only concern I have now is that Machamp has Payback, which would really damage Latias should I miss. That I've literally said to myself as I was doing this that don't jinx it, and luckily Draco Meteor doesn't miss, and I get the clean KO, which basically settles the game, because Flygon can't take on 4 opposition by itself when it has stuff like Scizor to take care of as well. It turns out he is Choice Scarf because he goes first against my max speed Latias. I considered switching for completeness, but I didn't really see the point, because if I was faster I would have KO'd with even a -2 Draco Meteor, and if I was slower then I'll just bring in Scizor and a 2-hit KO with Bullet Punch, you know, Choice Band and whatnot. So that really finished the game. It was a 3-0 finish. Good game, Wild. I hope to play you again at some point. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.